All right, we continue on with the Chris Lofthus Show on this weekend. Hoping you're having a fabulous Saturday across the Treasure Valley and beyond. If you're listening online, it's kidoam.com. And if you're listening to a recorded program here on the website, we appreciate you coming in and checking that out. You said, before I do anything, find out where Keller Williams is ranked nationally. Of course, that's your parent company here in Boise.
It is. I mean, the Chris Lofthus Group, we hold our license under the Keller Williams Boise here, just due to the fact that I have no interest in being a broker. Whole new can of worms there, but interesting fact, and it's great for Keller Williams in general, but it's great for my group. It's great for Boise. Is as of last month, Keller Williams Boise was the number one brokerage in the United States for units, which means I'm talking about Coldwell Banker, I'm talking about San Diego, I'm talking about New York City. It was the number one real estate company in the whole nation.
So is this the only place we hear that? Because I'm going full circle now. The guys at the Air Club big. Asking you, and what I mean by that, all they're hearing is, well, it's bad and everything's bad, and yet right here in Boise, America, Keller Williams is the number one group in America.
I'm telling you, if you're listening to me, and people always give me a kind of a rash a little bit about how I'm always out there, like Tim Bungard says, I'm out there pounding the real estate drum and keeping the good word out there, whatever you want to say. But in general, when you look at it, what's going on around Boise is it's awesome. I mean, transaction-wise, you look at the numbers. We're going to surpass this week before the end of July. We're going to surpass new sales for new construction units than we did the entire year last year. So you start looking at that, you're like, that's double. So we could possibly hit double that transaction number. And if you don't think that's a positive light, and you talk about it being, the appreciation being up 11% for new construction, the appreciation being up 11% for resale value, and everything that's everyone is talking about, next portion we talk about what's going on with national publications. I mean, we are all over the radar for one of the best places to live, do business, raise your family, amenities. It's amazing. If people aren't looking, you should go look. Go look in Forbes magazine. Go log on to Money magazine. Go look where we're ranked, and you look at how high we're ranked compared to not just ourselves, but you start going, hey, you know what? Let's start looking at the big cities. Let's start looking at what's going on, where we're compared. So you look at, I think number one was Phoenix last month. So Phoenix in general, from last year to this year, they have 50% less on the market, and their average list price is up almost 40%.
In Phoenix. So if you look at it, so there's 50% less in the market, and the average list price is up almost 40%. You look in Boise, and that number is like 42% less on the market, and still over 30% higher list price than last year. And you start looking at that. That's why we say buyers or sellers market. It's changing fast. So kind of your snapshot of the group you talked to last week, did you tell them buy real estate, don't buy real estate? And I know you're not a stockbroker. We're not saying that by any means. But when you walked out of there, I mean, based on the show, I would absolutely buy it. But how did you leave it to them?
Well, I left it with them because when you talk more, I was more talking on the investment side.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm referring to.
Well, and all those people pretty much own their own houses, as from the people I talk to over there. But on the investment side, we talk about the $100,000 range. That's an investment number in Ada County. It typically has been $90,000 to $110,000, and we talked about that number being chewed up. That number is already. We talked to Jerry a few weeks ago, one of my buyer specialists. We talked to her, and you talk about how fast, house gets on the market for $120,000. We write the offer for $150,000, and we finish fifth. Something is going on. So you start looking at regular home sales are starting to compete with the investors, and the investors are getting frustrated. Same thing. We just talked to another guy, Canyon County, same thing. They're getting frustrated because they no longer can get that, what they call the dream deal or whatever you want to call it. It's because it's showing up. The $100,000 range in Ada County in general, over the last 11 years, over half of those transactions, all those closed transactions over 11 years, half of them took place last year.
So is your sense the next sweet spot will be the $200,000 home or the $199,000?
Yeah. I think that the sweet spot, and not to people love the North End, people love Eagle, people love Meridian, but for me, that sweet spot's Meridian. And Meridian is just, it's got it all. And when you look at where we sit with where Meridian sits in general with other cities,
where people are going to say, you know what, hey, I'm moving from X and I'm moving to somewhere in the Northwest or moving somewhere, right? And they start looking at it and they start pulling up Meridian. Meridian is everywhere. It's on every list you see out there, as we talk about where people want to live. And so you talk about being on the radar, and all that's going to just do is put upward pressure on the upward market.
And you talked about three of the keys. Obviously, the price of the home. So you say, hey, here's what I can afford, or I want to stretch. Mostly families. So they're saying, what kind of education? What's the schooling like? Is there a grade school that's solid? Is there a middle school, a high school? In some regards, maybe whether it's the College of Western Idaho or Boise State, College of Idaho, whatever it may be, a son or daughter still living at home. And then that other element, you said their proximity to whether it's the Paul's Markets or the Fred Meyer. Is it Big Al's or is it Boondocks? Wahoo's.
Well, tell me. Look at you. Look at you and your family, and living over in Paramount. Look how it's changed probably Claudia's life and having that Fred Meyer.
Well, my kids literally walk over there to get the groceries.
It's amazing.
Look at that. Well, to me, I'm like, you got to give you another $10. So. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and it's only going to change with the temple when that goes in.
Right.
You and I have been speculating, if you will, that the Costco will be somewhere in the neighborhood of where the Foxtail Golf Course is. So it's not getting any smaller. I know Steve Eddy's working on a couple of projects with Fast Eddies, and it'll continue. And like I told you, I guess we'll wrap it up where we started at 10 Mile. Is it a 4-lane someday? Sooner than later.
Sure.
All right, Chris. Well, we wrap up the show. Is there a particular home or house that, and I know Annette's not here, but is there one that you say, I got this place that you should check out?
We have there's so many, but we talk about, I would just suggest you get on the website, kind of get on there, check out what's going on. We have a lot of great inventory. And again, we talk about the secret list. If you can't find what you want, when you're searching the MLS or searching on a website, reach out to us, contact us at clgeagle.com or my cell phone 514-5003, and we'll get you all the information you need.
All right. Hey, we want to thank your good buddy that came and visited us just for the show from San Diego. Pete, we appreciate you coming on and taking care of the kids and all that. I'm going to go to the Snake River Stampede tonight. I may see you there, and good luck on your fishing endeavor. So, Chris, we will talk to you later.
Absolutely.
So long, everybody. Take care.